My name is Massimiliano Annoni, and I am an associate professor here at the Department of Mechanical Engineering of Politecnico di Milano. And my role here is dealing with manufacturing processes, especially milling, waterjet cutting, turning, chip removal processes, and even a part of metrology for verifying our parts. We study the quality of parts, how to improve this quality by adjusting the parameters of machining processes and by modeling them. So for us, metrology is a necessity, something that we need for proving that the results we obtain in processes are sustainable, repeatable, and acceptable for the tolerances we have in the drawings.
I'm Antonio Costetti. I am a research fellow here in the Mechanical Engineering Department of the Politecnico di Milano. I'm also a collaborator to Professor Annoni under the Polymill Research Group, and I am a metrology expert here for the lab. The first project that comes to my mind in which the µCMM played a key role was the verification of a component that we machine in-house for the Politecnico racing team. The component is a component of the anterior suspension for the racing car and is machined in 5 axes. This component has some pretty intricate shapes, and without the 4th and 5th axis, it would have not been possible to verify all the GD and T on the component.
In our applications, we deal with manufacturing companies making real parts, and so typically they need 3D measurements, texture measurement, and so the µCMM satisfies completely these needs.
MetMaX software is super useful and super helpful when it comes to planning measurement. Also, when the machine is super busy, it allows us to set measurement plans while the machine is measuring other parts. So we can keep our timeline as full as possible.
We do not pretend to stay at the edge on every technology. We are experts of processes and application of processes and digitalization, but we need partners as Bruker Alicona for covering all the topics. And we work together for offering a service to the industry.